Hey, what's up? It's P. Rich from the Hatch Boys. Today I'm going to be reviewing and discussing TED TV series. The TED TV series is a 2004 television series created by Seth MacFarlane for Peacock, the cock. And the TV series is the third installment in the TED franchise. It serves as a prequel to the feature films. It stars Seth MacFarlane doing the voice of Ted, and it also stars Max Burkholder, Alanna Ubach, Scott Grimes, and Giorgia Whigham. It premiered on January 11th, 2024, and it received positive reviews from the critics. Yeah, I think it's a fucking pretty great show. I fucking laughed my ass off at it for sure. So basically, yeah, open up and we meet John and his family. Obviously we know Ted, and then young John Bennett, he's 16 years old. And in this, I'll get more into it with the characters, but yeah, John's like gullible, and yeah, he's not that bright. But anyways, and then Susan, his mother, she's very like friendly and easygoing, stay-at-home mother. And then we get Scott Grimes that plays Matty Bennett. He's like a very like tempered like Republican father who was in the Vietnam War and is prone to many paranoid theories. He's fucking hilarious, but I'll get more into the characters. But yeah, he's a dick. I'll just say that. And then we're introduced to Blair Bennett, John's cousin, and played by Giorgia Whigham. And she's basically just like a politically liberal. And her and Maddie always bump heads.
Hey, Johnny, how bad is school gonna suck?
You're not gonna like it.
How bad?
Well, it's like getting your nuts smashed together so hard they become just one nut.
Holy shit.
You should be going to school every day with John.
No thanks.
You might have fun.
No, I would not have fun. I guard the house when you guys are out.
What happened to the TV?
It was an accident.
You're going to school and you're gonna grow a fucking brain.
Oh, come on!
If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be.
Hey, dog, you bringing your dolls to school?
It's the 90s. Times are changing.
Sexual education. Let's start with masturbation.
If you're gonna assign homework, Johnny already did it this morning.
Shut the fuck up, dude! I haven't smoked, I haven't had sex, I haven't had a girlfriend. I'm a loser.
You and me have been best friends like our whole lives. We're about to get high for the first time. Can we have drugs, please? Let's do this right. Oh, man.
Can you guys believe we're like having an experience and experiencing reality?
Is there a fucking gas leak or something?
Nice costume, fuckface!
It's possible that the two of you might not be total screw-ups.
Take a long look. This is what life is.
Shit, Teddy, I'm the last virgin in school.
We can fix this. We gotta find a buyer. Fresh penis! Get your fresh penis here!
Teddy, Jesus Christ!
Still has that new penis smell.
You shut up!
All right, I'm just trying to help.
Get into the episodes here. The first one, for episode 1, just say yes. So basically, after cause of one too many mishaps while home alone, Ted is mandated to start attending high school with John. And after multiple attempts of Ted trying to get himself expelled, he discovers that Blair sells marijuana. And yeah, they first start smoking weed. It's fucking pretty funny. I mean, the first episode, it's not bad. It's funny. It's enough to make you keep wanting to watch more of this show. So yeah, Baddie charges Blair like $200 a month to stay there. He charges her rent, and so to make up for that money, she sells weed on the side. It's fucking hilarious when Ted goes to buy weed from this person because they're at school, and and John's like so like socially awkward and weird because they see like this college girl in the parking lot at the high school smoking a joint. So they're like, oh, why don't we just go over there and ask her if she would sell us some weed? And John goes over and shakes her hand, and she's like, did you just wash your hands? And he's like, yeah, a while ago after I had diarrhea. It's like, what the fuck? Anyways, it's so random and fucking kind of dumb, but it was funny. And anyways, the woman tells Ted like where to get some weed, and it ends up being Blair. It's
Hi, I'm here for the wheat. No fucking way.
Ted, what the hell are you doing here?
It's you?
Who gave you this address?
Fucking Blair sells pot?
Jesus Christ, lower your voice. Get inside.
Oh, unfucking believable.
You cannot say a fucking word.
Hey, look, man, I'm not here to bust anybody. I just want the ganja.
pretty funny. And then after Ted gets both himself and John hooked on to the weed, Maddie evicts Blair from his house after finding out about her drug business. And she explains to John and Ted that she insists on living with them instead of her dysfunctional birth family because she sees potential in her cousin and wants to look out for him. And then Ted bribes Maddie with the real mouth guard from the Rocky movie in exchange for letting Blair stay. And he goes with it. Yeah, Maddie goes with it. He lets her stay. And then John and Ted promise Blair not to do drugs again. But they secretly agreed to still smoke pot. Yeah, I mean, that first episode, I mean, it's good. There's so many other funny episodes I find in this season, but it's enough to make you want to keep watching it. And now the second episode, My Two Dads, I laughed my fucking ass off at this episode. So there's like, after being attacked in the bathroom, John and Ted get back at Clive. Clive is a high school bully that picks on John and Ted. And yeah, so they're at high school and they're in the bathroom. Fucking John's got a problem with pissing. That whole scene's fucking weird. There's like a guy, he's like next to John. He's like, you could do it, man. And like that whole fucking scene was just fucking kind of funny and weird and sad all at the same time. So anyways, this Clive bully, yeah, picks on John and Ted.
Yeah! Nice going, Bennett. Pee much?
Why don't you go ask your mother's face? Oh, Jesus. I am so sorry. That was so over the line.
What the fuck, dude? That's sick.
It was out of my mouth before I knew what it was. Kind of like your mother. Oh, my God. What is wrong with me? I am so sorry. I deserve what's about to happen to me.
Yeah, no shit.
John and Ted think of a prank to get back at him. They find out that Clive's dad, his absent father, left him when he was young, so they prank call Clive, pretended to be his dad, and it's so fucking hilarious, that whole scene. And then they get Clive to dress up like a sailor and get him to meet them at like a diner, and then Ted calls up like the diner and tells the waitress to deliver a message to the stupid fat kid in the sailor costume that I'm his father and he's a disappointment and he doesn't want to see him. So Clive like humiliates himself by like dressed up like that. He runs out crying, and so they feel bad for Clive. So they like keep calling up Clive and trying to pretend to be his dad. And then that they like want to buy him a gift or like steal him a gift at the mall. So they go to the mall and they want to get him like a Sega Genesis. I mean, the nostalgia of the show, it's awesome. I love it. Like, if you grew up in the 90s, yeah, I mean, all this nostalgia's there. Just like the props of the show and just like the references you get it throughout this whole show, like movies and music and video games and that type shit. But yeah, so anyways, that scene, they try to steal the fucking Sega Genesis and they get caught. And then the security guard, like, basically lets them go or whatever because he's like this fucking loser security guard. And it's fucking hilarious. Just so they like at Clive's birthday party, like, well, they like basically made him do better at school, like get his grades up because they're pretending to be his dad and whatnot. So, but anyways, it's at Clive's birthday party now, and they gotta like come up with his father, someone to play his father. So they get that security guard at the mall to play him, and the whole like Rouge gets fucking like ruined because Clive's mother comes to the dad, the pretend dad, like the actor, and Clive notices that John and Ted were doing it, and then he starts like fucking freaking out at John and Ted, and then they calm him down, and they hug it, they like hash shit, and it's kind of funny. And then yeah, Clive comes to realize that the actions truly did help him out. Meanwhile, Maddie is hesitant to receive a colonoscopy. That whole scene's fucking hilarious. Due to a painful secret from the Vietnam days. And however, he quickly realizes that having Blair around makes him more comfortable because he gets Blair to come along with him because he's like, the doctors are fucking freaks. They like basically touch you while you're like asleep during that procedure. They call it colonoscopy. And she's like, yeah, right, you're full of shit. And he's like, no, you come along with me then and you'll see. So, and she hides under the bed while they're giving him a colonoscopy. And she hears it all happen, and the doctor's like fucking touching him and shit, doing weird shit to him. And so, yeah, he was right. Anyways, yeah, Maddie likes Blair around. That's the end of that episode. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I really laughed. I laughed my fucking ass off for a good bit, man, during that episode. The next episode's called Ejectile Dysfunction. Episode 3. It's pretty funny too. It's good. So John wishes he could watch his first porno movie, but he's too young to rent the movie. So he tries to get Ted to, and Ted on his ID was born in 85, so technically Ted's too young to rent the Portal movie, right? So he gets barred from that, and then John and Ted try to make up fake IDs. It's fucking hilarious. Ted's ID, that fucking painter god, Rob Gee, or whatever the fuck his name is. That was hilarious. And so anyways, the IDs work for Ted, and so they could go rent porn movies now, and they like rent like a big stack of them. They go back to the house and put it on, and the tape gets stuck in the VCR. Like, I remember that, like, watching movies on a VCR, they sometimes get stuck and shit. It's fucking hilarious. So they start panicking, they freak out, and at school there's like a VCR, and so they go into school and steal the VCR, do a switcheroo with it, and Ted smashes open up the VCR and notice that the tape is gone, and they think John's parents know about it, so they like want to leave fucking home. They want to run away from home, and they're freaking right out about it. But it ends up being John's mom, who happened to turn on the fucking VCR and the TV, and it came on as porn, and she thought it was baddies, and then she's like, "Oh, I want to spice things up with Maddie," and fucking hilarious. Just how that whole situation plays out, and then it ends up like Blair saying she knew that John and Ted were like watching porn, and it turns out that Blair tells Susan that it was her tape instead of John and Ted's, and yeah, Blair reassures her that this is not true, and the lies about the VCR being hers, much to the relief of John and Ted, who have run away from home in shame. Yeah, but they don't. That's none of that.
We have to run away, never to return.
I see no other option.
I'm gonna miss this house. Goodbye, water-stained ceilings.
Goodbye, silverware drawer that doesn't close all the way.
Goodbye, windows painted shut.
Goodbye, door you have to lean on to close.
Goodbye, peeling wallpaper that reveals other wallpaper.
Goodbye, carpet that's never been dry.
Goodbye,
The next episode, this was pretty fucking funny. It's like a Halloween episode. It's called Subways, Bicycles, and Automobiles. It's good one. I like it. So as payback for taking the fall for John and Ted's porno movies, in the previous episode, Blair forces Ted to be her designated driver on Halloween night, which he gets in the way of his own, like John's plans to throw eggs at trick-or-treaters. That's fucking hilarious. They throw eggs at... They're like on the roof, and they like start throwing eggs at trick-or-treaters that have like dumb costumes.
Oh, check it out, there's one.
Hey, nice costume, fuckface!
Ah! What the hell?
Hey, what the fuck are you supposed to be?
I'm the Hulk!
Yeah, no, you're not.
Yes, I am!
The Hulk doesn't have a fucking picture of the Hulk on his chest.
Yeah, the Hulk shirt doesn't say the Hulk on it.
If you gotta tell us you're the Hulk, it's already a failed narrative.
Fuck you!
Ah! You asshole!
Funny. Anyways, so Ted goes to the party with Blair and gets drunk as fuck and high and shit, man. And he's too messed up to drive, but he still drives.
I love salad. See, I knew you were lying. Nobody loves salad.
I do. Yeah, I really love salad.
Not one person on this planet loves salad.
I do.
You're on death row. Your last meal. You can have a steak or a salad.
I'm gonna choose a salad.
Fuck you. You're getting a steak. After what you did to that family, the baby's ear was on the ceiling. I've been doing this job 20 years. I never seen anything so horrible.
What?
Ah, Christ, I'm fucked up. Yeah, it's good you're driving.
And that they're prologued by the suffer multiple weird setbacks throughout the episode. Meanwhile, John is bored at at home waiting for Ted, who promised to be home by 9 o'clock, and Susan attempts to schedule this random fucking person, I guess she knew, son, to come over and hang out with John. But it turns out this guy's so fucking weird, and he's like a 38-year-old, and he's not even the fucking guy that Susan's friend's son was, or something like that. It's fucking hilarious. And then Ted and Blair end up at her, one of her professors from college's houses, and the guy's fucking weird. You think he's coming on to Blair, but really he's coming on to Ted, and Ted's dressed up like a fucking Ewok. Anyway, so they end up leaving because he wants to fuck Ted and not Blair. It's so random, and so then they take a bicycle and they're riding back home because the car got smashed up, and Ted's in the front of the bicycle like fucking E.T., and Blair's riding, and she's dressed up like Catwoman, and fucking John's on the roof, starts throwing eggs at them, and they fucking fall off the bike. Oh man, it's fucking hilarious. And Ted's reaction's like, "Oh, John, what are you doing? We've been wrong this whole time." Fucking throwing eggs at people. It's a good one. I recommend watching that one for sure. I'll get into that after as well. But the next episode, Desperately Seeking Susan. So Blair believes that Maddie and Susan's marriage is unhealthy, given the so basically he wants Maddie and Susan to get a counselor, a marriage counselor, and Maddie walks out on the professional counselor because he's like, oh man, he's got me right about everything. He's a fucking kind of a douchebag, but he's funny. He's got his moments. Anyways, so then they get Ted to be the counselor, and then while the couple opens up, Susan reveals that she almost became a teacher before settling down with Maddie. Something Blair imposes her to give another shot at. After John and Ted's teacher, Mr. George, is fired from yelling at his dick like erectile dysfunction. That whole scene's fucking hilarious. Anyway, so the teacher gets fired, and then John's mom can come in and substitute now, and that whole fucking scene's hilarious when this cheerleader, she's such a bitch to John's mother, Susan, and fucking Ted just tells her off. Well, he doesn't tell her off. He just basically he knows a bunch of shit about her, and he just releases on her, he just fucking tears her apart. It's fucking hilarious.
Hi, Ted. We've never officially talked, but I know your work. Listen, I think Susan's doing a terrific job, so I figured this is a good time to tell you. We all know about the nose job you had last year. You didn't fool anybody because we all remember before the surgery when you tried to kiss Danny Santucci and you poked his eye out. Also, and everybody in town knows this except you, your dad is really your uncle, which may have subconsciously fucked you up and caused you eating disorder, which is also no secret because everybody's heard you throwing up in the bathroom. And also, I recently found out you're a virgin, which is interesting because you've been lying about that too. So I hope you do give your boyfriend fellatio, because at least then there's something going down your throat besides your finger. That about cover it?
Oh man, it's funny. And then she has a pretty successful first day, Susan, and then she ultimately decides to remain as a housewife, as she is plenty satisfied with her life already. That's basically that episode. But throughout, I mean, there's so much funny shit. Now the sixth episode, it's called Loud Night, and So as Christmas approaches, this is fucking hilarious. Blair's friend Sarah decides to stay with the Bennetts due to canceled flight, and she's like Indian or something like that. It's just fucking hilarious. Like just how like I'm surprised they got away with a lot of shit in this show. Like there's like a lot of racist stuff, but it balances itself out. Which is fucking funny because.
Why's the black guy always die?
Yeah, isn't that kind of racist?
Seems like it.
They should have only white people in those movies.
Oh, yeah, so then the black guys won't get killed.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Blair, we just came up with a great way to make movies less
Because he
racist.
got Batty and he got Blair. It's just fucking hilarious. But anyways, so Blair's friend Sarah stays with the Bennetts due to her canceled flight, and Batty draws the family ire after choosing to watch the football game over Susan's choir solo. And this whole scene at the church where the fucking priest is going on about his spiel about Jesus and all this, and Ted's like, he speaks up and he's like, I think I might be Jesus. And everybody's like, what? Like taken back by it. He's like, well, I'm just saying, like, if this is a miracle, I don't know what is. He's like, I'm just saying, I could be Jesus. And that whole fucking spiel is just fucking hilarious. I love it.
Excuse me. Yeah, over here. Hi, Ted, local bear. You're talking about a guy who came alive out of nowhere, right?
Yes.
Yeah, me.
I'm sorry?
I'm just saying he's not the only one.
I don't think that's the same thing.
Well, you said never before or since, but, you know, this guy.
The birth of Christ was a heavenly miracle.
Well, I mean, what do you call this? I mean, I don't see any pound puppies. It might. I'm not saying for sure. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I might be Jesus.
That is incredibly disrespectful.
Says the guy eating babies.
Anyways, after the choir solo at church, it's as well as insulted John's masculinity and making insensitive remarks about Sarah feeling blown off. He makes a wish on a shooting star, like just how like John did with Ted, but he found like his old fucking toy truck from when he was like a kid, and he wishes for his truck to come alive because his truck, Dennis, is the only one that understands fucking Batty, and this fucking truck is a piece of shit. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, Dennis, who is even more conservative than he is, both of their beliefs are challenged with Blair, comes out as sexually fluid. Like, so, yeah, she likes both, like, men and women. And so she's dating this Sarah girl, and she's making out with her up in her room, and Susan walks, and that whole scene is fucking awkward, but funny. Anyways, and she tells everybody that they are a couple, and the two almost leave before Maggie decides to put his family's happiness first and admits that his beliefs were brought on by his upbringing, and Dennis admits that he's gay as well. And was protecting the whole family. After everyone reconciles, Dennis drives away to pursue his new life. Yeah, that episode's fucking hilarious. That's another one I recommend watching. Okay, so now the last and final episode is called He's Got a Habit, episode 7. So following the introduction of sex ed in the class, John realizes that he may be the only remaining virgin in the school. And then, so he and Ted try to prepare him to have sex, try to find like a girl to have sex with. And so John ends up meeting this girl named Bethany. yeah, Bethany, I think her name is. So, uh, he wants to sleep with, but she thinks, yeah, she wants to sleep with him too, but she thinks he thinks that he's like too inexperienced. So the two lie about him being a ladies' man and have like a high body count of like having sex with women, and so Bethany decides to break up because she just thinks that John just wants to have sex with her and then like break up with her, basically. And just another notch under his belt. Yeah. So after getting arrested and then blowing up at Ted, John goes to the port. And then John goes to the prom separately from him and reveals his secret to win Bethany back. The two prepare to have sex at her place, but is interrupted by the news of O.J. Simpson fleeing the cop. And then, much like how Susan and Maddie were interrupted by the news of Richard Nixon's, what do you call it? Insinuation in 1974. The episode ends with John and Ted coming up with the Thunder Buddies song. I was waiting throughout this whole fucking episode, or this whole series, for that Thunder Buddies thing.
Thunder Buddies for life, right, Johnny?
Fucking right.
All right, come on, let's sing the Thunder song.
All right. When you hear the sound of thunder, don't you get too scared. Just grab your Thunder Buddy and say these magic words. Fuck you, Thunder. You can suck my dick. You can't get me, Thunder, cause you're just God's farts.
From the first film, we get, oh man, it's fucking hilarious. And just one scene in the show when he's trying to like please Bethany, he like gets Ted to put like a rug on top of his car and drive them around, and he's dressed like a lad and she's dressed like fucking Jasmine. I don't know, it's funny. So funny shit. So yeah, that's that of the series that we get. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know like anything about going into watch this show. I didn't even know there was a fucking Ted TV series. I think Ashton and Zodiac Z, two of my subscribers, mentioned it. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I like those fucking Ted movies. They're funny. They're hilarious. And I found out that Seth MacFarlane was behind it and still doing the voice of Ted. So I was like, cool. All right, I'll give it a chance. And the first episode, I'm like, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, okay. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad. It was good. It was funny. And then wait till the next episode came out, and I laughed my fucking ass off. It was hilarious. So yeah, just getting into the characters here. I mean, Ted, he's fucking hilarious. He always makes me laugh. The shit he says it's too fucking funny. And I'd say he's my favorite character for sure. And then we get Max Burkholder as John Bennett. Yeah, he's gullible yet well-beaten 60-year-old boy who his best friend is Ted, and he has no other friends. He is near the bottom of the social ladder at the high school. Yeah, I mean, his character is very gullible and dumb, I think. He's definitely not my favorite. Like, I like John in the movies, played by Mark Wahlberg, but in the show, I mean, it's not horrible. Like, he does say some funny shit sometimes. It's kind of funny. But yeah, Susan, I kind of went over a little bit. John's impressionable, friendly, easygoing, stay-at-home mother. She was previously named Helen in the opening sequence of Ted and portrayed by Alex Borstein. I think I like Susan. Like, you feel bad for her, just the way Maddie always shits all over her and stuff. And there's one scene in this show, I forget what episode it was, but he takes Susan out for dinner, and he fucking like just basically orders like all this food. He orders off the kids' menu to get a shitty steak. She gets like what the fuck, shrimp or something like that, and he end up like fucking liking her food more, and he's like, fuck, why don't I bother getting off the kids' meal? And but anyways, to pay for like to get a free meal out of this restaurant, he like takes like a rusty fucking nail and puts it in the food, tells her to put in the food, and that they found this in the food so they would get like all kinds of free shit. I don't know, it's just fucking hilarious. Maddie is funny, but he's an asshole at the same fucking time. I do get a kick out of him sometimes, even though he's like wrong a lot of the time.
Weren't you dishonorably discharged?
No, I wasn't dishonorably discharged or honorably discharged.
How the hell does that work?
Just exactly like I just said.
So the Army basically said, it's not you, it's us.
That's right.
We're not sure we're ready to have anybody in the Army right now.
More or less.
The Army just wants to focus on the Army for a while.
See? He gets
And
it.
then we got Blair. I mean, it's funny. She is funny. John's knowledgeable, political, liberal cousin, and Maddie's Susan Sneeze, who attends college, and just say yes. It's revealed that Blair is living with the Bennett's because of her own dysfunctional family and attempts to look out for John and Ted. And I mean, she is a good person overall. I mean, I have no problem with like conservative liberals. I don't know, like it's all fucking, most of it's bullshit anyways. But I do get some, like, both sides. Like, I'm not a liberal, I'm not a conservative, whatever. I don't even want to get into that shit. But yeah, I mean, Blair is a good character. I like her. She'll probably be my second favorite in the show. Alright, so I recommend watching this show. I do. I really hope they make a new season of this show, because I really enjoyed it. And if I was to rate this show, I would give it like, I'd say a 9 out of 10. Like, it's fucking hilarious. Like, I like it better than Family Guy. I do. Yeah, I think it's way better than Family Guy. And yeah, so that's my review for 10. And if you're new to my channel, please hit the like button and subscribe, and hit the bell so you get all my notifications. And yeah, feel free to share this video. It helps with the algorithm and all that shit. Alright, so I'll see you next time. Alright, peace everybody.
7.
Miss.
Again?
Yep.
Jesus, that's 8 misses.
Yes, it is.
Did you put your ships in?
No, I did not.
What the fuck, dude?
While you were militarizing, I allocated my funds toward infrastructure, roads and bridges, schools and hospitals, John. The needs of my people.
That's not how the game works.
It's not a game, you son of a bitch!
Jesus, okay.
Sorry, I think I've been watching too much MASH.